This video contains discussions of shame, sexual violence, flashbacks, reclaiming, and triggers. Viewer discretion is advised.
I didn't want to talk about the details of my story. I never have. I came to Canberra because I was suffocated where I lived. Flashbacks, shame, disgust, fear, panic attacks, self-hate, and destruction. All because of what someone else did to me while I was asleep in my own home, in my own bed. It wasn't home anymore, and I knew that. I decided I wouldn't think about it, would just pretend like it didn't happen and move on. I would leave my family, my friends, the things I really did love to feel a little less suffocated and in control. And Canberra helped, for a little while at least. The air seemed lighter, I could breathe a little better, and I was happy. I created a new home in my residential hall. I filled my room with all of my things, reclaimed my space, reclaimed my bed, and finally, I felt comfortable. I slept better at night, my door finally having a lock on it, far away from my perpetrator. I didn't see myself as a survivor though, because I was trying to force myself to forget simply by running away. I didn't want to think about it. That's when I saw the Stop campaign. It started in my hall in my first year. I was walking through the kitchens and I would see these posters. They were about standing with survivors, being believed and moving forward. They made me feel sick. I thought it was inappropriate talking about these things so openly. It was inappropriate even thinking about them. I felt attacked. The place that I was beginning to call home was now somewhere I started to hate, all because of the campaign. It forced me to remember. It forced me to think about it. It forced me to have these feelings bubble over, and I had my first panic attack in over a year. And I now hated it here. I spiraled and I stopped leaving my room. Being locked away seemed to be the only way that I could stay safe. I understand now why I resented the Stop campaign and those who started it. I felt like they were strong, reclaiming themselves and their past, and that I was weak. I ran away, whereas they were facing it head on, trying to help others as well as themselves. The Stop campaign tarnished the first few months of my university experience, but what I was doing was unhealthy. I was holding this shame and resentment, pretending that what had happened to me never actually happened. But I realized the Stop campaign was the thing that I needed in order to get better. And slowly, I came back out of my room. Slowly, I looked at the signs and the messages of the campaign with hope. Slowly, the panic attacks stopped. And slowly, I started acting like myself, someone that I hadn't seen in 3 years. I know it's hard to face reminders. I still get triggered to this day. But reclaiming myself, my space and my future has changed everything for me. I'm not scared of going back home anymore. And starting 2020, I'll be on the campaign officially, fighting for others to embrace the power and the positivity that it shares. We all process things differently, and that's okay. No one way is better than another, and you have to do what is right for you. I know that running and bottling things up wasn't healthy for me. I was lying to myself. Resenting the campaign that I now believe has changed my life is my biggest regret. They helped me face myself. They encouraged me to speak out and talk to someone. I'm a survivor, and I am strong now.